Let's get nuts. Well, hello, everybody. What's happening? Dave the Film Junkie here. It's the end of Monday, thank God. Right? What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? We doing? We out there? We doing? We hanging? What's going on? What's going on, Abel? Good to see ya. Make sure you guys, of course, smash that like, thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you join if you want to become a member. Hey, you could join the Patreon. You could do all kinds of stuff. There's links all provided down below, and there's all kinds of stuff around. You know, there's my name, and there's my brand name. Oh, it's on. Don't worry. I got you. Don't worry. I got you. What's going on? My back. Yeah. Jacob, always getting on my case. What's going on, Mr. Andre? And then we got Mr. Eric Patterson. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, boy. All right, we got Rhino Puddles. That's an interesting name. How's it going? How you doing? That is my Christmas music, yes. What's going on, Mr. Jose? Ho, ho, howdy. Yeah, what's going on there, buddy? All right, Mr. Martyr, hello, darling. I'll buy a beer to anyone who is not interested to watch Spider-Man like me. Who's not? You're not interested? Man. Well, I mean, I guess if you're not a fan, you're not a fan. Nothing wrong with that. Hello, Miss Stephanie. Good to see you. We got a legend here, yo. And then we got Mama Film Junkie. Hi, Mom. Always good to see you in there. I want Spider-Man. Yeah, I know. I want to see it again, too. One of these days, hopefully this week, I could actually watch it again. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but hopefully. I just need to watch it again. All right, we got Mr. Jason here. Ahoy, hoy. Thank you, sir. Always good to see you, Jason. Always appreciate the donations and stuff. You're awesome. So, yeah, Salakazoo, how you doing? Yep, everybody's saying hi. Stop hating. I'd also love to see Free Guy again. I know, right? That was a good movie, too. Yeah, I got to come up with my best of 2021 list. Right, meow. Or at least soon, which will be coming up probably, I don't know, next week sometime. I'll do my lists. I'll probably have about 3 lists, and I think even tomorrow I'm going to have a list, too, that we'll talk about, I think, because, I think that'll be a good time to do it. I have another list that I want to talk about, which I think you guys can guess what it is, of course. Has to do with Spider-Man. How about that? Anyways, yes, I think it had us all pretty much in tears, man. I tell you, what's going on, Carrie? Always good to see you, buddy. Hey, yes, Kingpin versus Spider-Man. Is it possible now? It is possible. It seems like it is. Seems like it very much so is, you know? I'm still trying to not talk really too much about spoilers, but I mean, I'm seeing images everywhere. For it, which is great, but I don't want to retweet them. But I have saved one in particular where I'm like, all right, this is to be the first spoiler image that I'm tweeting out. But then again, they might, Disney might just blow away my Twitter account. So maybe I won't do that quite yet. I don't know. It's just, man, there's just a lot of stuff out there. That's for damn sure. So, so everybody's saying hi to each other. Check out Night House. I know I've heard good things about it. Watched The Matrix last night. Damn, yeah, I know. It's really great. I know I thought about it too, but I keep continuing with Christmas movies. So I watched Jingle All the Way and Shazam. What did I watch? I watched Jingle All the Way last night, and I watched Shazam, I think, on Saturday. And so I'm continuing. I haven't watched Jingle All the Way in so long. Holy shit. Man, I forgot how bad that movie is, but it's Christmassy. It's good. It's Arnold. It's campy. It's supposed to be bad, but man, is it bad. I was just watching it going like, holy shit, this movie is so bad. But hey, what could you do? Jacob Lloyd is in that, obviously young Anakin, poor guy. Didn't last through child actorness, apparently. So that guy had 2 big movies, it seemed. I'm pretty sure he was in other stuff too, and then he just kind of fell off, man, because Star Wars fanboys. Just kidding. Andrew definitely did steal the show, man. I think a lot of people have collectively said that. That's why I'm so happy that there's this whole this hashtag make TASM3 that is happening. And there's something interesting about that too, because I don't know, maybe I'll talk about it today's show that I've been kind of thinking about when it comes to that. I guess we will talk about that because we're going to talk about the box office and then of course the future of what's going to be happening when it comes to Spider-Man and which Spider-Men are going to get what's going to happen. There's just going to be so many things that's going to be happening in there. So, anyways, Tobey Maguire was always, will always be, hey, that's true. That's also true. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Who cares about which Spider-Man is your favorite? They're all great. They're all fantastic. That's why I'm like, no, you're wrong. No one's ever wrong. If that's their personal choice, then that's fine. I mean, I'm just saying that if people were still going like, I don't know about this Tom Holland kid, you watch Spider-Man No Way Home, you're kind of going like, I get it now. It seems like that's the case right there. I don't know. Total cringe call? What? You might get a comedy, comedy video. Okay, that's what it is. Jose, I want to, I know. Meow. We got Cat here having a good meow day. Hopefully. And then we got Andrew. See, a lot of people are saying Andrew, of course. I'm right there with you. Andrew's my favorite, so. Star Wars fanboys blamed Jake because they could never blame. Yeah, I know. It was just kind of sad how that came to be. And that was before the internet, too. Thank you, Danny, for the super chat right here, $5. I appreciate it, sir. So question, was Toby already on Tom Holland's world when Ned and MJ pulled him through the hole? Well, easy. We're not going to be talking too many spoilers yet, Danny. But, at this point, everybody's at their, I mean, we're the weekend after now, so you're at your own risk when it comes to anybody asking questions, stuff like that. I mean, I do have some questions, like when it comes to, like, I even said it in my spoiler review. If you watch my spoiler review, Danny, it was like, there's certain things where I was like, the timelines of things of like how things, there's questions. There definitely is questions, but thank you for the, yes. Hey, there's just nothing you could do now. I'm sorry, guys. It's the weekend after. What's going on, Niner fan? Your Niners are doing well. Yeah, Paul. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. I think everybody, if anybody has not seen it yet, they've been spoiled. It's just the way it is. So don't worry, Danny. I thank you for the super chat anyways. You're awesome for doing that. Every little bit helps, and I appreciate it. But no, I'm going to try to do a spoiler discussion panel stream, I think Thursday, since I'm not going to have a vodka stream this Friday. So I'll try to get some people on there, and we're going to ask some questions. I want to ask people's discussions, questions, and we're going to have a full-on discussion about Spidey No Way Home and all this stuff. Oh, we're not going to hold back. That's for damn sure. Yeah, if you guys want to talk spoilers, I'm not gonna prevent you from talking spoilers. What's going on, Ariel? Good to see you. Yeah, if you guys want to talk spoilers, at this point, it's at your own risk now. I was trying to have the moderators on top of it and try to not really say much about anything last week, but now it's just, you've had the opportunities. I know it's been hard because the movie theaters are selling out like crazy. But you're just at your own risk right now. So you're good. You're good. Still want to know still want to know how Electro gets called, but didn't know Spidey. And there's a lot of things. There's some questions that you have too. It's okay. We're really getting into it. Hey, Rosemary's here. Hi, Rosemary. Good to see you. All right. I won't bring up any more spoiler questions. But anyways, guys, of course, it's Monday, so I have my Monday wine, which, after my day today, definitely needed it. A little bit of frustrating and just, didn't get much sleep last night because I got too much sleep the night before. Did that ever fuck you guys up too? It always does me. Saturday going into Sunday, oh man, did I need that? I got like so much sleep. Probably got 10 hours plus. It was nice. But when you wake up and you're like, I slept a little too much and you're kind of zombified. So then naturally, for some reason, could not get to sleep early last night on Sunday. So, like I said, I was just up just watching whatever the hell, and didn't, got about 4 hours sleep last night. So there was that. And then, work was kind of just like, what? We're going to have to do this now? Yeah, okay. Cheers. So cheers. But it's okay because I'm doing the thing that I love to do, is talk movies with you guys. We're going to talk some movies. We're going to talk Spider-Man box office because, Jesus Christ, talk about a box office. We're going to talk about the new Batman stuff. And then we're going to talk about this guy right here. This guy right here, which, he's made some good movies, but man, this guy needs to, he needs to get, I don't know. He's just done some bad things. This man right here. And then I have not watched the Northman trailer, which I saw people post about it, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to save that for the show. Why not? We'll talk about it. And I'm looking forward to the Northman because, man, I mean, come on. Eggers and that cast. And, when you first heard about it, you're like, all right, I'm all set for that. So we'll be talking about that, of course. So appreciate you guys, of course, clicking in. All right, let's go ahead and let's get to them tweets. Let's get to them Northman. Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. It looks insane. So, yeah, I can't wait to check it out. I've just seen little bits and pieces just from what I saw. I saw the poster, which looks cool too. So, anyways, all right. Whoops, that's not the right thing. All right, let's go to the tweets. Okay, I'll make sure that that's on. There we go. All right, let's see what happened in the Twitter world. Look at this. First look at the Ghostbusters Afterlife 4K 8-disc gift set. Look at that thing. Comes in a trap. I like it. It has all the Ghostbusters movies, yes, including the 2016, which, it's whatever. It's fine. It's totally fine, but it also has the making right there. So look at that. Good. Great. Grand. I'm going to probably have to pick that up because I'm going to start diving more into physical media now. So I want to get more physical media. And I think that, to have the Ultimate Ghostbusters collection, I will definitely get that because, me, I love it so much. Love it so much. Hey, Keanu Reeves right here. Matrix obviously says Keanu Reeves doesn't mind if fans choose to watch the movie on HBO Max or in movie theaters. So Keanu Reeves, of course, has been making the rounds when it comes to press junkets and whatnot. And, when it comes to the whole, The Matrix Resurrections is the last movie that we're going to be getting that's going to have the day and date simultaneous release when it comes to HBO Max and Warner Brothers, because next year they're just going, all right, where we have promises to our theater chains and whatnot, which it's good, but at the same time, it's just there's got to be some kind of middle ground when it comes to all this, and you know what I mean. If you watch the James Cameron and Denis Villeneuve interview on Variety, which I went over last week, and you can check it out on the channel. I have it as a Film Junkie shot where, James Cameron had an interesting balance when it came to how to handle that whole thing when it came to streaming and movie theaters. It's just like, you have the 2.5 hour cut of something in the movie theater, and then streaming can have the big, huge cut. And he said 6 hours because he's James Cameron on streaming, which I kind of dig. I'm like, yeah, do that, fit it. I don't know. It's a very interesting, little concept that came out. Of course, because he's James fucking Cameron. So we have Keanu Reeves talking about, doing that. And he said, what are you, crazy? The actor said, you're going to stream the new Matrix on a laptop? Reeves proceeded to give the interview a hard time, which, of course, that's why we love Keanu Reeves, and even offered to book a theater for him personally before noting, sure, stream it if you have to. Despite Reeves admitting he doesn't actually care how fans experience the film, the actor did recently tease that several of the stunts and resurrections aren't CGI, suggesting fans may want to experience them on the big screen. Specifically, the actor told Stephen Colbert, what? Stephen, he didn't tell me that you interviewed Keanu. Just kidding. Stephen Colbert, I should say. What stunt involved him and co-star Carrie-Anne Moss actually jumping off a skyscraper that was around 46 stories high, roughly 20 times. When Colbert asked why they didn't complete the stunt digitally, Reeves explained, because it's The Matrix, of course, it's Lana Wachowski, and it's The Matrix, and you need natural light, and you want to do it real. That's awesome. I love the fact that that's the case. But yes, guys, I mean, when it comes to, this is where we're at now, and obviously I'm one of those that I cannot wait to see this movie. I'm seeing it Wednesday on the big screen. Can't wait to see it. And, I'm all about the movie going experience. But we're still very much in a pandemic right now. There's still people that are not comfortable to go out. That's fine. That's why there is this option, really. And, when it comes to Jason Kylar and what he was trying to come up with a solution. And to be honest, it was pretty ambitious. It was pretty like, let's just fucking try this and see what happens. Let's just do this. And I know it wasn't exact. I don't know the whole logistics of how it all worked out and everything like that, because I know some people weren't told and everything. It's a weird business. The Hollywood machine's a weird business. And it's also weird too when you have like people complaining that they're not going to get their extra $1 million, that they already got their millions beforehand, but they're not going to get their millions on the back end. It's always kind of funny, like, oh, you poor thing. How do you find sympathy for that? But anyways, but he was trying to come up with some kind of solution. He definitely was trying to come up with a solution. And, Keanu Reeves, of course, he's going to joke around, but he just wants you to see it. He just wants you to see it. Keanu Reeves, whatever money that he makes off of this, he's probably going to donate to some fucking hospital, because the man is a saint. The man is a saint. Okay. This guy, we don't deserve this guy. We really don't deserve this guy. And, because I think he donated a good chunk of his original Matrix that he got on the back end for the box office. I think he donated to like children's hospitals and donated to other people and just all around. He donated to, he's just giving away his money because he feels like he doesn't need it. He lives in like a regular kind of apartment. I'm sure it's still pretty nice, but it's not like he's renting out some fucking mansion over in Malibu or something like that. He's not one of those kind of people. So he just lives a very simple life. And he's like, we just don't deserve this man. We really don't. We don't. But, if anybody's going to save us, it's going to be Keanu Reeves. That's what's going to save us. Or young Willem Dafoe in his 20s. Look at that. Look at that stud. Look at that stud right there. That's right. I don't think Willem Dafoe has ever had a good night's sleep, though. He always seems to, look a little, he's got the, he's always got the bags on his eyes. Just kidding. No. But yeah, look at this guy. Yeah, this showed up on my timeline. Willem Dafoe in his 20s right there. Look at that hair. Look at that guy, man. Jeez. Guy's still a beast. But little did we know that this guy was just going to be, all over the place in 2021. That's for damn sure. So that's right. Willem Dafoe. I like it. I like it, Jose. I like it. Hey, we got a new rumor here from Charles Murphy. Jamie Foxx is electric. Yeah. It's electric. Yeah. Electro return. It says Jamie Foxx Electro return in Spider-Man No Way Home has execs at Sony looking to develop a solo spinoff for the star. Why? I don't think this is going to be true. It doesn't even make sense why this would actually be a thing, because if you saw Spider-Man No Way Home, you'll know why. And why would they need an Electro spinoff? What are you going to make him, an anti-hero? We already have enough anti-heroes. We have 2 anti-heroes, and then we're going to get Deadpool, who's also an anti-hero. We don't need any more anti-heroes, okay, in the Spidey universe or in the Marvel, okay? We don't need an Electro spinoff, okay? Stop it. Stop it. Please stop it. I don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. No. The Zack Snyder fan tribute treasure chest right here. 5 unique treasure chests, 5 auctions, 1 day left. So if you go to my Twitter, or you go to McD's Twitter right here, and some other various people, you have the 5 different links right here. The treasure chest that, of course, has a lot of good goodies in there, including that Weta, that I think it's a Weta Workshop kind of Zack Snyder, the 1/16 scale hyper realistic Zack Snyder figure with accessories. Yes, that's right, guys. So it's all going for AFSP. So make sure you do that. I like that. And I like this too. Scott Derrickson posted this good meme right here, leaving 2019. And then, of course, entering 2022. Yeah. Kind of feels like that sometimes, doesn't it? Jesus. It really does. It really does. Boss Logic, look at that. That just looks cool. Up. Nope, don't want copyright. All right, look at that. Look at that video that he created right there. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. This is what I'm going to read. And, if I had kids, I'd read this to my kids. Christmas Eve right there. That's the book to read. Not the night, not the night before Christmas. You're going to read Die Hard Christmas. That's what I want to read right there. So why not? Why not? Okay, and then, of course, the different variations of people drawing the Batman right there. Yeah, this is, we'll talk about this, but this is something new right here when it comes to the Batman. Something that showed up on that website that they're doing the marketing thing. And then we got Liz Wonder doing awesome stuff right here, of course, dressed up as Trinity, because this woman right here is, just when it comes to cosplay, she just transforms into whatever she's dressing up as. That's why we love Liz right here. And then she dressed up as Trinity, and it's great, fantastic. So good job, Liz. You're just still killing it out there. And then, of course, we have a dog that is just enjoying the snow. There we go. Just got a dog. Okay, I got to watch that copyright. But this dog is really just having a good time, just galloping through the snow right there. God, must be nice. Oh, shit. Okay. All right, so there it is. And then, of course, we have the comparisons right here, because obviously we got a new motion poster, which we'll talk about, we'll show later. Just Batman Forever, and then, of course, the Batman right there with the question marks. Love it. And then we got Zack Snyder, because he's awesome, and he's supporting smaller filmmakers right here, and his friend, The Novice. The Novice in theaters now. Congratulations to my friend Lauren Hadaway for directing this amazing film. Also, congratulations to Isabel Furman for her incredible performance right there. So Zach showing off, or not showing off, but showing support. And what he's showing off is his style, his unique style. Come on, Zack Snyder. The guy's, guy knows how to dress, that's for sure. He knows how to dress. When he's not wearing the V-necks, the white V-necks, he's decked out, man. He's decked out. Fashion Mongol right there. I tell you. Some more stuff for the Batman. But yeah, here's what Matt Reeves posted, which was just freaking awesome right here. There's just going to be a lot of rain in the Batman. There's going to be a lot of rain. There definitely is going to be a lot of rain, but I really dug this motion poster right here, because obviously it has the silhouette of Batman, but there's a question mark that forms, and then some things you have to decipher. There's some puzzles and whatnot. This Riddler is going to be just a mind fuck. That's for damn sure. So, love that. Posted all that, of course. And then we have an image from Avatar 2, a new human character, Spider, a child adopted by Na'vi parents Jake and Naturi. So, yeah, that actually looks kind of interesting and cool. I don't know. Looks crisp. But yes, we have another image from Avatar 2. And, of course, we're all still kind of worried about, is that movie going to even do well? Who knows? Morgan Stark! Actor Alexi Rabe, revealed her part in Spider-Man No Way Home was cut. Apparently, we were going to have Morgan Stark, I love you 3000, she was supposed to be in Spider-Man No Way Home. But apparently that didn't happen. So who knows what's going on with that. Okay, here's a teaser with the photos. We'll be posting them all soon. I absolutely love this movie. Though my part, studio asked to use my image, got cut. It was amazing to see everyone. Okay, so it was just going to be an image of her. So it wasn't going to be an actual cameo or something like that. So, maybe it just didn't work. So, not everything's going to make the final cut, right? Release the Morgan Stark cut, I guess, right? And hey, look at that. Yelena gets her very own Hawkeye character poster. So can't wait to see what happens this Wednesday. And, with her, Kingpin, all that stuff. It's going to be a pretty crazy episode. I imagine it's going to be a pretty crazy episode. And speaking of Keanu Reeves on fan disappointment when it comes to sequels that don't meet expectations, this is what Keanu Reeves had to say, because a lot of people are not really keen on the Matrix sequels. I'm not one of those people. I love the Matrix sequels. I love the entire trilogy. He said right here, I know that experience as a film goer, but I just try to let films be, I try to think about what the creators were going for. It's their work. It's their work of art, man. I try to come to their art and meet it wherever it is. So, he's just going, all right, maybe it's not gelling with me, but I'm trying to like figure out exactly. And that's kind of how I try to approach it too. You know, I don't want to go into a movie thinking this is going to suck. There's been times where that happens, sure, where I'm like, this is going to be a shit sandwich. And sure enough, it's a shit sandwich. But, you know, I like his approach. But yeah, obviously when people didn't really like the sequels so much, but it's like, I don't know, I like the sequels. And yeah, not as good as the first, but, you know, what can you do? What can you do? And apparently Matt Murdock's appearance in She-Hulk is not a cameo. It has a big supporting role in a few episodes. This is according to Cinematic Spot or My Time to Shine H. I don't know. There's rumors. There's a new fucking leaked rumor website, Twitter account out there every week, it seems. So who knows if this is actually true. But yes, apparently Matt Murdock is going to be showing up at She-Hulk, and it's going to be a pretty significant role, not going to be just a cameo. We got a new Scream poster, which these posters are actually been pretty damn good. I will say that. Good on them. We got a new shot from Jurassic World Dominion, which shows Chris Pratt. I almost said Christopher Pratt. Chris Pratt on a motorcycle again. But this time, yeah, the what is the Atrociraptor? Another different kind of raptor that's going to be coming out. They're pretty brutal. They're pretty vicious, says Colin Trevorrow. So that's a pretty cool shot. That should be interesting right there. And, of course, we have a lot of love for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man right there. We got Vero right here. The release of Zack Snyder's Justice League really was the best thing ever. Thanks to so many of you. Snyder Cut, really right there. You got to love it, man. Got to freaking love it. Vero, of course, supporting Zack. Of course, we have some, we'll be talking about that. This was pretty great right here. Somebody, I had no idea this existed, but somebody actually made, with the last trailer for the Batman, somebody actually made a Batman the Animated Series trailer with that was very much in sync with the new Batman trailer. It's really badass. It's really awesome. So, really awesome. And then this is pretty funny right here. This came across my feed last night, and I thought it was pretty hilarious. My husband showed me this Matrix poster where Trinity is grazed by a bullet on her butt, and now it's all I could think about. Yeah, what the fuck is happening right here? What the hell kind of poster is this? I don't know. It's crazy. And apparently Neo is doing something where he's making the bullets go into like a swirl. I have no idea. I mean, I guess that's Neo too down here with like his mouth getting shut, but it's just it's a very odd poster. But my God, I mean, is there like a director's cut where she gets shot in the butt? I mean, grazed in the butt? I don't know. It's all crazy. And speaking of crazy, this right here is fucking nuts.
Footage of some random city. This is footage of me flying.
This is in the Matrix world right here. This is not real life.
The uncanny valley in this demo is very shallow.
Look at this
visual
thing.
realism alone is unsurpassed. Let's dive into it a little and see why. I'd say there's probably two reasons that this looks so realistic. One,
we live in a simulation, folks.
The artists who built this
we live in a
exactly
simulation.
what they were doing. They likely utilized every bit of the latest and greatest in Quixel Megascans.
Look at this. Look at how real that looks. All the lighting, all the reflections.
This kind of stuff is normally baked, which can take hours, meaning that you can't move your light source or your lighting will be ruined to achieve.
It's insane.
Until now.
Little digital world right there. Crazy. We live in a simulation, I tell you what. We do. We live in a simulation. Yeah, if anyone can find Waldo, it's Batman. That's a good meme. But yeah, there was like this whole, of course, the Matrix Awaken, that whole, like, the video game online experience. There's that trailer, too, that came out, which looks really badass. I mean, Jesus Christ. I tell you, yeah, we are in the Matrix. We're just in a different level of the Matrix. Kind of makes you wonder, if we are living in a simulation, what does your user actually look like? Huh? And then Lee Bermejo, look at that thing. Jesus. You want to talk about something that's just, holy shit. Yeah, Meg posted this, and it's just like, man, see something like that? I mean, obviously, we've seen the images of Batman and a dead Robin before, but this one just really just hits because, I mean, look at how just dark and brutal that looks, man. I'll tell you, I love this guy's illustrations. I love how there's just something about his illustrations. It's so very unique. That's why if it does happen that if Jim Lee if say the graphic novel happens, not saying I want it, of course, but if it does happen and we don't get a Jim Lee or I wouldn't mind having Mr. Bermejo to illustrate it. It would be pretty cool. And yeah, praise to Andrew Garfield, man. The guy's probably loving the fact he's I hope on his secret Twitter account that he has, he's just loving all the love that he's getting, because he's pretty much been trending since Thursday. So yeah, I mean, 214. Look at that. How about that? Let's get Andrew Garfield and Rebel Moon, huh? Let's get him working with Zack Snyder. But yeah, it's just nice to see, because obviously the dude had to just keep on lying and lying and lying, and it must have sucked to just keep on lying like that, because you have to. I mean, you're on contract. This is adorable. Took my son to watch the new Spider-Man. Now he don't know how to act. I think he knows how to act. I mean, that's just adorable right there. That's just absolutely like full-on adorable. Probably never wants to take that costume off. That's so adorable. And then, of course, release some air cutness right there. Yes, the king. Look at the king. Everybody wants more. Andrew Garfield. That's right. People in L.A., if you guys haven't seen Nightmare Alley, please do not sleep on Nightmare Alley. It's a very, very good movie from Guillermo del Toro. And apparently in L.A. somewhere, January 14th, they're going to make it even more noir-y by making it black and white. And I'm just kind of going, shit. I kind of maybe even want to venture out to find this screening and watch it in the noir-y sense. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Hey, look at that. Look at that shot right there. We love that shot. I need to get that shot I'm pretty sure somebody sells this shot. I can have this shot. Like, I need to hang it up somewhere. It's so beautiful. It's absolutely so beautiful. So, a lot of people making GIFs. I love this right here. Until the MCU says otherwise. This is Uncle Ben. That's funny. I love that. This always cracks me up. Anytime that this reaction to Andrew Garfield reading tweets about him shows up. It's so fucking funny. This thing just cracks me up. I'm sure you guys have seen it too.
I want Andrew Garfield to smash a laptop on my tits. I want Andrew Garfield to smash a laptop on my tits.
It's so.
I want Andrew Garfield to smash a laptop on my tits.
Oh man, it's just so good.
I want Andrew Garfield.
The guy. Oh man, it's just his reaction is priceless, because he's reading it, and then all of a sudden he realizes what the end of it says, and it's just like, oh man, is that what it is? Thirst tweets. It's just so ridiculous. Oh man, so good. Hey, look at this. Dark Wheels. That's badass. We got the two Batmobiles. Two very distinctly different Batmobiles, which I love. You know, obviously my favorite is, of course, the Batfleck one. But man, I'm the Battinson Batmobile is really starting to just. I'm really digging it. Just really digging it right there. And then, of course, there was this too.
At Comic-Con in my life, and
Yeah, it's not turned up too well, but we all know about this. He was at Comic-Con. Some random Spider-Man fan shows up thanking people for, Comic-Con and blah, blah, blah. And it's Andrew Garfield. That's why we love this guy. That's why we want him to be Spider-Man again, and again. We just love it. We just love it. And then look at this. This beautiful woman right here who's aged like fine wine, showing up at the Matrix Resurrections premiere that happened on Saturday. She wore a Matrix dress, which is pretty damn awesome. The designer put his name on there, and just the way that it's designed, pretty freaking awesome stuff right there. Gotta love it. There we go. That's the spinoff we want right there. Rent! That's right, Mr. Ditkovich. Mr. Ditkovich. That's the spinoff we're gonna get first. I don't know about you, but that's a sexy sandwich. That's right. Or sexy, whatever the hell it is. Thick. Look at that thickness right there. Tell you. But yeah, there's the Matrix premiere right here with the entire cast and everybody. Man, Jada Pinkett Smith was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear a big, huge red dress that's gonna block everybody. Good thing she's small, but man, that is a huge dress. Where's Will? I wonder. I don't know. Release the air cut. I'm looking respectfully. I'm just saying, looking respectfully. Holy shit. Another good shot. But I think that's... Oh, yeah. Well, then there's this. I mean, this kid's just winning. This kid is winning. Look at this. full-on goblin costume and a glider on a hoverboard. Jesus. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, the dad, obviously a huge nerd too, so they, of course, built all this together. But that is badass right there. That's what it's all about. So cool. Gotta love it when you see that kind of shit, man. That's what it's all about. Really what it's all about. And then, of course, Merry Christmas from the Griswolds. All right, I think that's enough with the tweets. That's enough with the tweets. All right, let's talk about Spider-Man No Way Home and the box office that it pulled in. Okay, let's get rid of those. All right, so, yeah, you can't tell me. I mean, there was people that thought maybe it wasn't going to hit $1 billion. You can't tell me that it's not now. Anybody who was in disbelief that this movie was going to hit $1 billion, there's no way that it's not. No way that it's not, because this movie's it's just taking the world by storm. I love it. I love the fact that there are full movie theaters out there. I love the fact that, hopefully this kind of brings things back. I know things are not exactly still, things are still kind of crazy out there. And, if you want, I know there's still going to be people that are not going to want to go to the movie theater, but man, this movie exceeded expectations, which is pretty crazy. Exceeded. It's like, where do you go from here, man? I tell you. All right, so, of course, this is what happened over the weekend right here. Spider-Man No Way Home made a domestic gross of $260.1 million. That's right. I think that comes in second. If I was remember that. But yeah, $600 million worldwide. It's only $400 million away. There's no way. You know how many repeat viewings there are going to be this week and everything? No way. There's just no way that this movie does not exceed $1 billion. Now, some people were thinking it might hit $2 billion. I don't know if it's going to hit $2 billion. I mean, that's a stretch with everything that everything is now. Might be a stretch, but you never know. It could happen. I mean, this movie has legs for sure, but yeah, $340.8 million worldwide, and of course, $260.1 domestically. So, man, I tell you what, it's gonna be it's pretty damn crazy. How much this movie made. I mean, no other movie stood a chance, of course, when it came to this, but at least Nightmare Alley made $2.8 million. I mean, I hope a lot more people find it. Again, people, do not sleep on Nightmare Alley. We need more movies like this. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. Go watch it. But yes, we have Ghostbusters Afterlife, which, I'm glad to see that Ghostbusters Afterlife is, it's done fairly well for this, maybe I wish it could have done better, but, you can't expect too much. But everybody was rushing out to see Spider-Man No Way Home. So the question with all this is like, where does Sony and Marvel go from here? I mean, obviously they know that Spider-Man is the thing now. It's the gold mine. Obviously, we have Across the Spideyverse, which is going to be coming out in 2022. That's right. Is it coming out next year? Or is it 2023? I don't know. You guys tell me. I can't remember. I think it's 2023, right? But then it's like, all right, so obviously there's going to be a new campaign that's going to be coming out, okay? Because obviously, the worst kept secret in Hollywood, and now it's just like we're not even going to pretend like it didn't happen. But yes, obviously that it does come out in 2022. Cool. Thank you. That's cool. I'm glad because, more Spidey. Thank you. Please, more Spidey. I'm all about it because after what we got with Spider-Man No Way Home, yes, give me some more Spidey. Give me some more multiverse action, whatever the hell is going to happen. Who knows what's going to happen in that movie? I would not be surprised if there will be a Tom Holland and there will be a Tobey Maguire or an Andrew Garfield voice that is supplied for one of the Spider-Men. It's just kind of funny, though, because when you almost look at, man, I don't know. It's just funny because when just revisiting all the Spider-Man movies, and then, of course, with the things that happen in Spider-Man No Way Home, I won't go into detail, but, just seeing the three again, okay? I'm not going to go into detail, just in case you're not talking, like, full-on spoiler scenes, but, we all know that the three of them are in there, of course. Of course, it's just, again, the worst kept secret in Hollywood, which is great. It didn't ruin the movie. Wasn't that great, though? The fact that we knew that they were going to be in there, but it didn't ruin the movie, and then the scenes were they all played out great. It was fan service to the max, but it didn't feel like fan service that was just slapping you in the face. Just, remember that? Remember that? Remember that? You know, it wasn't just like constant. But I think they did a good job with the fan service. That's for damn sure. So, but I'm just saying that when it comes to the future of them, and just watching all three of them and revisiting the movies, they're pretty distinct when it comes to playing Peter Parker. And I mean, it sounds to me, when you look at your timeline, I mean, everybody's just kind of going like, Andrew's our favorite, you know? And a lot of people have said it, even though the movies, I mean, Amazing Spider-Man is better than Amazing Spider-Man 2, but there are scenes in Amazing Spider-Man 2 that are way better than scenes in Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man franchise really had something that was going to be something special. It was setting up the Sinister Six and the whole thing with Peter's parents and that whole subplot that was happening with that. I thought was pretty cool. It was different, and it was going to be interesting how they're going to introduce the Sinister Six and how they're going to get to that point. But of course, studio fuckery happened. Things got all jumbled up, and then they decided to cancel the whole fucking thing. But second chances, right? So a lot of people, of course, are saying, hey, we need a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey. We need Amazing Spider-Man 3 with Andrew. I think that's the biggest thing. I've already seen campaigns that are going to be happening that the hashtag is make TASM3. That's what the hashtag is. Some people are like, yeah, it's pretty much going to be like the new Snyder Cut movement, I guess you could say, which, you know, not exactly the same. Let's face it. It's not. It's more of the restore the Snyder Cut. Restore the Snyderverse movement, if anything. But then again, that's all like in the same vein. I get it. I get what people are trying to say with that. But yeah, that's going to be like the new thing because everybody wants to see Andrew Garfield come back. I would say even more than Tobey. And then I kind of wonder, would Tobey come back to do... And somebody actually put... I remember seeing on my timeline, I mean, can you imagine like if they did kind of like a... I mean, even though Tobey Maguire is aged, you know, he's still got the boyish good looks and everything like that. He's still got all that. But I mean, to have like an old man, I almost said an old man Toby, old man Peter or something like that. If you had like some kind of swan song that would send off Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in a old man Logan type sense, I guess you could say, or like, you know, a Logan sense. If you can have something like that, that's a little more dark, a little more gritty with him. I don't know. I saw that and I was like, that's not a bad idea if they're going to do a one more Tobey movie. But when it comes to Andrew Garfield, the question I have, and I'll ask you guys, because obviously everybody was talking about that. We all want Spider-Man 3, Amazing Spider-Man 3. But at the same time, we got to remember that they were setting up this whole big craziness when it came to Spider-Man 3 and the Sinister Six and all the villains that were all involved, and you had that one guy with the hat who was like in the shadows. You never saw his face. So when it comes to Amazing Spider-Man 3, do we try to just continue the story off of Amazing Spider-Man 2, or do we just go a different route and we do like a Venom story or with some other kind of story? Because there is a rumor, of course, that Andrew Garfield has been talking to Marvel about doing something else. So which way do we go? Do we try to continue? That might be a little bit difficult because, I mean, when did Amazing Spider-Man 2 come out? I mean, it's been a bit. So now do we just do this whole other thing now? I mean, obviously a lot of us would love to see Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man take on Tom Hardy's Venom. That'd be pretty interesting. But of course, you know, there's certain things that maybe, you know, it's all very interesting. What do you think? Bring back Topher Grace's Venom. Nice. Ah, man. That would have been interesting if he actually showed up. That would have been interesting. I think they should have. What's going on? Is in his own world but he notices things every now and again. Oh, you're talking about when I notice a chat? We got a new member. Oh, yeah. We got a new member. Cat. Oh, that's Cat. Hi, Cat. Meow. There we go. Thank you, Cat, for becoming a new member. Hi, Cat. Just saw that right now. Sorry. I was in my own little world right there. So thank you, Cat. I appreciate that for becoming a new member. But, yeah, so Venom's whack. Really? Venom is whack? Somebody just said Venom's whack. The real Mr. B just said Venom's whack. No, but so that's the question. Like, bring back Spider-Wangs. Oh, you guys are funny. Hardy's Venom sucks. Okay, some people don't like it, which is fine. I like it just because I like Tom Hardy and I like what he brings to it. But yeah, it's just that was the question I have. Maybe I'll do an individual video about it, and I'll when I do my Spidey stream, I'll ask people too. It's like, but they might as well just go a different route when it comes to what they were trying to do. I mean, they were really trying to build something, and then they just threw it all away. So it'd be kind of hard to try to build with that. And I do like the fact that, obviously, we have what happened in the second one, Gwen Stacy, of course, falling to her death. Well, kind of falling to her death again. She died. So where's Andrew Garfield's MJ? Can we still get that? I mean, they shot scenes with Shailene Woodley, who is going to be his MJ. So I think definitely if they do make another Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, they should include him meeting his MJ. Whether it's going to be Shailene Woodley or not, I don't know. Who knows? It could be somebody else. Maybe she doesn't want to do it now, because that was fucking 6-7 years ago, whatever the hell. So I just, that was just a question I kind of had, was like, what would they actually do? Because I don't think they can actually continue the story from what happened they have to continue it a little bit. They would have to continue it a little bit, I think, because that whole subplot with his dad, and there was that deleted scene where his dad showed up at the cemetery. They should really include that, I think, and that should be a part of the story. But the whole Sinister Six thing, that should get, maybe they should not have that part. I don't know. You have the Rhino. Is Paul Giamatti, is he going to want to even show up again? I don't know. There's a lot of questions. A lot of questions when it comes to the future of that. And then it's interesting to see where they're going to take Tom Holland's Spider-Man as well. And would they want to have two different Spider-Man kind of movies? And I don't know. It's all very interesting because obviously Tom Holland is more MCU Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield could be more Sony Spider-Man. And then, of course, you still have Tobey, who, God knows, you got to realize, they are watching everything that's happening on the social medias right now. They're watching everything. They're looking at it all. They're looking at people tweeting. They're looking at the hashtags. They're realizing there's a high demand. There's a big-time high demand. They know that with Spider-Man No Way Home, they got everybody has spider fever right now. Spider-Man fever, big time. Everybody has it right now. They were not kidding when it was basically Spider-Man Endgame or whatever the hell. They were not kidding, and good for them. Lean into your biggest IP, because Spider-Man is, and they are heavily leaning into it. It's just going to be interesting what they actually do. What are they going to listen to when it comes to all this? But I think it just seems like the campaigns that are going to be happening for Andrew Garfield to get his third Spider-Man movie, and I'm for it. I'm also for Tobey Maguire getting his fourth. And Tom Holland to get his fourth. I as much Spider-Man as they can, but I just wonder if it's going to get a little too crowded. But at the same time, it's like, well, I mean, what's to prevent from another joining together again? Who knows? But that's just kind of the question I had, kind of the question I had. So, see you later, Selena. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. But, just the questions. That's just the kind of questions that I was thinking about. So, yeah, I mean, I kind of think that Tobey wouldn't come back. I kind of think that that was just, he came back for that. But Andrew seems like he's down for more. And I definitely want to see more Andrew. If we don't get more Tobey, that's fine. But then maybe down the road, we'll get some more Tobey. That'd be pretty sweet. So we'll see what happens. That's just the thoughts I had. But man, there's no way that this movie doesn't reach $1 billion now. $2 billion, that might be a little bit of a stretch, I think. But we'll see. We'll see. The Batman. All right. We got some new stuff from Empire Magazine. Yay! That has to do with the Batman, some interviews and whatnot. Well, just stuff that was taken from there, of course. So you could pre-order a copy. There was a lot of things that were talked about when it comes to this right here. There's some things too where Robert Pattinson he even talked about what he would want to do for where he'd want to take Bruce Wayne's psyche in the next 2 movies, he said, pretty much. So pretty much confirming that, yes, there is going to be a trilogy when it comes to that. So, yeah, Robert Pattinson, he has a map, essentially. So here's part of course, Empire Magazine right here. It says, the Batman is a standalone movie, but Robert Pattinson has a map of where he'd go next. Exclusive! So as the last time we got a big screen Batman, he was plugged into a pre-existing franchise, Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne, factoring into Zack Snyder's Man of Steel follow-up, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. For better or worse, He was always part of a bigger picture, immediately pitched against Henry Cavill's Supes for a showdown and subsequently flung into the Justice League. But that's not the plan. Matt Reeves, upcoming The Batman, introducing Robert Pattinson as a very different Bruce Wayne Batman for the first time since Christopher Nolan's game-changing Batman Begins. We're meeting a brand new Bat in his own right. As the first standalone Batman in 10 years, the hope is we can lay out a foundation that you can build stories upon. Producer Dylan Clark tells Empire where the Batman sits, which isn't to say there isn't stuff planned on the fringes of Matt Reeves' film, a raft of HBO Max spin-off series in the works, including On-Set in Gotham PD, and one reportedly due to involve Colin Farrell's Penguin. But if nobody is talking about crossovers or specifically sequel plans yet, Pattinson has had thoughts about where he'd take his version of Bruce Wayne if future installments, typo right there, were to materialize. I've made a kind of map for where Bruce's psychology would grow over 2 more movies, he says. I would love to do it. So there you go. I'm glad that he would love to do it. Because remember, we were hearing rumors that, Matt Reeves and Pattinson were bumping heads, which doesn't necessarily mean that didn't happen. Let's face it. This is a Batman movie, a very dark Batman movie. Maybe Matt Reeves and Pattinson did bump heads, but it was good for the performance. You can look at it like that. Director, not quite, he wants to get his Batman into like a certain spot. And apparently, too, over the weekend when it came to Matt Reeves talking about Batman, he said he was heavily inspired by Kurt Cobain. Obviously, we've heard something in the way that's been in both trailers. Apparently, when Matt Reeves was writing the script for this, he was listening to a lot of Nirvana. So he wanted to be like, all right, we're not going to do the traditional Bruce Wayne, billionaire, playboy type and blah, blah, blah. We're not going to go there. We're going to make him more, a Kurt Cobain-esque, which is interesting. I mean, I love Kurt Cobain, nothing wrong with that. I'm very much into his a different kind of take, because obviously he's not like flashing his money around. He's just living in Wayne Manor that's all kind of just looking like it's run down and whatnot. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where they can actually take the character, but I'm kind of liking this foundation of Bruce Wayne doesn't give a fuck about anything but saving people and figuring some shit out, So, yeah, but basing it off Kurt Cobain, that is something that's pretty interesting right there. As for Reeves, he currently focused on the Batman, hoping to deliver a Dark Knight story that feels distinct to the myriad others that have come before. I've only ever made each movie as a passion project, he explains. This even more so because when you know something has been done well before, it is so beloved, you can't just come in and sleepwalk through it. You have to shoot for something. We're trying to leave our mark on this. And I think they definitely are going to leave their mark on this for sure. And look at that guy right there. Look at that guy just looking. I like the costume. I don't care what anybody says. I know some people are not like, some people don't like the costume. I like the costume. I think it's going to be, I think it works. I think it works in this world, in this kind of Batman world that Matt Reeves is definitely trying to create right here. But yeah, so good stuff. Good stuff. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, March will be here before we know it, and it's going to be interesting to see how big this movie ends up being, That's what I'm really curious on. I mean, it's been pretty awesome because I saw the last 2 movies I saw, which was Spider-Man No Way Home and Nightmare Alley. I saw the last Batman trailer with both of those movies, which was cool. I was like, yeah. And it's the most anticipated movie of 2022 according to IMDb, so that's also cool. I mean, yes, this has definitely been the year of Marvel. Next year, it's going to be interesting because DC has I have a bunch of shit coming out. I know we're not all not all of us are, jumping towards it. I get that, but there's a lot of DC content that is coming out next year, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens with all that when it comes to this nerd world and all the cape shit and whatever the fuck, because yeah, Marvel definitely had domination this year. It seems like DC really might have some domination next year, but we will see what happens with it. I'm excited for it. I'm here for it. I'm all about it. I'm going to watch it all. That's just the way it is. I know. But looking forward to Batman, of course, the most, which, yeah, we already know which one's going to be on my top, like on the top of my list of anticipated films for 2022. Not going to be any surprise right there, I guess, right? Right? Yeah, right. All right, now let's talk about this asshole. Jesus Christ. Let's talk about this fucking guy right here. Gotta take a sip of wine with this one. Another victim of Bryan Singer came out to tell his story about what he went through when he was with Bryan Singer. And it sucks because, Bryan Singer, enjoy his movies, Usual Suspects, Apt Pupil, let's see what else, the Superman Returns, Superman Returns was give or take, had some good moments, but whatever. And of course the X-Men movies. And then, you had Bohemian Rhapsody, which apparently Bryan Singer didn't finish. I don't know. The guy seems like, the guy is pretty, he's unhinged. But this was the article that came out, and I suggest you read it. I'm not going to go through every little bit of it, but, it can make you sick to your stomach a little bit. But, I mean, the title itself just kind of explains it all. My traumatizing years with Bryan Singer. So Blake Starman, this kid right here, yeah, apparently was, kind of with Bryan Singer in a way, or he was one of Bryan Singer's boys. That's what he kind of mentions when it comes to this article, is that Bryan Singer didn't, it's not, he just had his boys, which is, like what you like, but sometimes it gets a little weird when, we've heard that there's been some underage boys that has happened, but yeah, when it comes to all this, but yeah, so I would suggest reading this article right here. It really just shines a light on the traumatizing experience that this guy went through. He really went through a lot, and there's a lot of things that mention. I'm surprised that we got such a great movie that was X-Men Days of Future Past. I can understand that we kind of got a little bit of a shit sandwich in my eyes, X-Men Apocalypse, because, again, Bryan Singer is a fucking piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. He would go out every night, going and just trying to get more boys. And then when he couldn't get those boys, he had his own boys that he would make sure that were always going to be right there for him, when he didn't get new boys. And apparently he was always hungover. He's a big-time alcoholic. He has rage issues. That's explained a lot in this article right here. There's just some stuff that he's talking about. And he pretty much ruined this guy's life, pretty much. He would always use the power over him, money over him, all this kind of stuff. It's pretty gross. It's actually pretty gross. It's pretty gross, yeah. So, look for this article, read it, and take it in, because this shit is still happening in Hollywood. This shit is still happening very much in Hollywood. I know Hollywood is trying to be as progressive and trying to be on the other side of history much as possible, but let's face it, this shit is still happening, and this shit has been happening, so it needs to be called out, and I'm hoping that more victims of these fucking piece of shit, perverted, pedophiles or whatever the fuck would come out. Just come out and just say your story. Just talk about it all. See how some of this is blocked? God knows who these people are, and they're probably somebody that we'd probably recognize. That's what's kind of gross. How deep does it go? What actors out there, actors, directors, whoever the hell, producers, we're part of all this. I'm choosing to get back into the industry on my terms. I will not defend abusers. I will not allow myself to be abused. That's a big quote that Blake says right here, because he used to defend Bryan Singer. And that's a common thing too, whether, even with, when it comes to female to male and everything, you end up, you're so traumatized, you're so beaten down, either physically or mentally, that you defend your abuser. Oh, he's not that bad. He's a good guy. It's all like, no, he's a bad guy, apparently. And it sucks because, he made some really good movies, and you kind of just go you kind of feel gross a little bit, but at the same time, you got to do that whole separate the man from the art kind of thing. It's all been pretty, it's all so iffy, but It's gross. But yeah, read that article, man, because it's just really sad. It's just really sad, you know? And I yeah, me too, Steph. I mean, I think he is. I think he, I mean, he even said, like, after this whole experience, he went home, he was living with his parents. He was dealing with alcoholism himself because he had not even drank a drop of alcohol until he hung out with Bryan Singer. And he was 18, underage. And Bryan Singer was always like, come on, have a drink here. And was like forcing it upon him, apparently. And that's according to his story. And of course, you know, Bryan Singer and, you know, his camp are denying all of it naturally. But I mean, there's been so many reports. There's been so many things that people have talked about on his sets, showing up late and having rage issues and whatnot. It's amazing that, like, again, that we got some good fucking movies from this guy. But remember, he didn't finish Bohemian Rhapsody. The guy who did the Rocket Man movie ended up finishing that movie because Bryan Singer sucks. He just does. That's what, you know, and it's sad to hear all that. But yeah, it's just pretty amazing how this stuff, when you just hear this kind of stuff. So Singer reminds me of myself a little bit. Oh, I hope, okay, what, with rage issues? Hopefully. Hopefully not with some of this other stuff. But anyways, yeah. This is the shit this shit has been going on in Hollywood for decades, back in the Shirley Temple days. It's disgusting. I know. And it all needs to be called out. It all needs to be revealed, man. It really does. It really does. And if it, I mean, that's why this whole, the Ghislaine Maxwell case that's happening, nobody's really paying attention to it. Okay, the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, everybody was paying attention to that, and my fucking timeline was just going back and forth with just people arguing with each other about it. And this, and like the one that has to do with Epstein, nobody's even freaking talking about it. I mean, of course, they're not live streaming it like they were the other one because it's a federal case, but at the same time, it should be talked about more because Jesus Christ. That guy was, you know, from the Clintons to Trump to whoever else that were going to this island and everything like that. I mean, there was some sick shit that was happening and nobody's really even talking about it. It's crazy. It's like, how are people not talking about it? It's fucking sick. It's gross. Human trafficking, still very much a thing. But, you know, we're just arguing about, I don't know, other stupid shit all the time. It seems we're not arguing about this. We're talking about, you know, we're getting on each other for not wearing masks when this shit's happening. But I don't know, vaccinations and all that stuff, which, you know, that's a whole other subject. But at the same time, this shit is happening right now. Good Lord. So, yeah, go ahead and read that article. Hopefully, it doesn't make you sick to your stomach. It kind of made me sick to my stomach, that's for sure. All right. Let's talk about the Northman, Mr. Eggers. Yes. All right, so the official trailer showed up today, of course, and this is the follow-up to The Irishman. The Irishman was one of my favorite movies of last year. Was it last year? No, that was 2019, wasn't it? Yeah. And, of course, Mr. Robert Eggers is following it up with The Northman, and I have not watched it yet, so I want to watch it with you guys, and we'll talk about it a little bit here because I'm excited for it. I mean, it's got Anya Taylor-Joy in it, right? But it's got Nicole Kidman and some, Willem Dafoe is returning, of course, with Mr. Eggers right here. So here we go. Look at that cast. Bjork. Bjork is in this movie.
Behold.
Look at that.
He's here. He's here.
Oh, yeah, Ethan Hawke.
The king, milady. The king.
Nicole Kidman.
Your fate is set and you cannot escape it. How I've missed you, my son. One day this kingdom will be yours.
Thank you, Father. My king.
Oh, boy.
Father!
Now, he took that like a champ.
For whom you shed your last teardrop.
That's Bjork, huh?
I can feel now.
Well, I guess Ethan Hawke dies.
I will avenge you, Father! I will save you, Mother! I will kill you, Fiona!
Ah, okay. So that's a little backstory.
Why would he stow away to such a hellish place?
To find what was stolen from me.
And what is that?
There she is.
The kingdom.
You must choose between kindness for your kin or hate for your enemies.
Their strength.
It's gonna be a lot of flashbacking in the story. Right? That's pretty cool.
I have the cunning to break their minds.
And night by night, we will carry
Cinematography is gonna be on point.
I will avenge you, Father.
I will avenge you, Father.
Look at that shit! That's
I will
awesome.
save you, Mother.
Fucking Tarzan.
I will kill you, Father.
She have braces? Skarsgård. I dig it. I dig it. I dig it. All right. That's looking good. That's looking good. That might show up on the anticipated films of 2022 list. In fact, it probably 100% is, because I think even if without seeing a trailer, it was going to be on the list, because Eggers, you watch The Witch, you watch The Lighthouse. I mean, the guy definitely has a tone, that has an aesthetic, has a way. That's why they call him the visionary director right now. You know, when I love it when they say visionary, from acclaimed visionary director. I love it. I love that, because that's when you know that director is doing. I mean, they said that about ZACK. They've said that about other people too, where it's just like, because they have a certain way that they shoot things. So that looks really, really good. Yeah, it's kind of like 300 meets the Vikings, because it's like, it's serious, but at the same time, there's some extreme stuff that's happening. I mean, he literally caught that spear. He was like, shoot, like that. I was like, damn. That's pretty badass. But yeah, the cast, it's all great. It's all great. All great. Man, and then of course, you got Skarsgård, who played Tarzan. And, that Tarzan movie was fine. Wasn't anything, it had its moments, but man, it just, I don't know. It just, I guess, you had Margot Robbie too, but I don't know. For some reason, it just, all right, didn't need to see it again. That's fine. But, there you go. I mean, we got Skarsgård again looking jacked with long hair and catching spears. That's pretty awesome. Not too shabby. Good on him. So I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully you guys are too. So, yes! All right. Oop, not that. Let's get all those back. All right, so that's all the topics we have today. And let's see. All right, let's go ahead and go to the Twitter questions and see what you guys have to say right here. All right. Going there. That's right. I'm watching. There was 2 football games on tonight, which is pretty cool. See, but right there, you could see it right there. Please read that article. The Traumatizing Years with Bryan Singer. Please read those. Read that. And I'm not one of those people that says you have to totally disown all the movies that he made. I mean, that's what sucks, because there's other people involved that made some great movies with him. But, it sucks that he's like this, this predator. He's a fucking predator, And, it really does suck. But what can you do? It's just kind of like, and then it even feels even more gross when you think about Usual Suspects and Kevin Spacey, and also Superman Returns and Kevin Spacey. You're like, Jesus Christ, God knows. Ugh. With those two. Ugh. God. Anyways, Eric. Hey, Dave, your idea about Old Man Peter got me thinking. Toby's Spider-Man 4, having him pass the mantle to Miles. Yeah? I mean, I was talking about this with somebody else. If anybody was going to be a really good mentor to, if you want to look at the 3 of them, who would be the best mentor for Miles? They all would be a good mentor to Miles in their own different ways, but just imagine Tobey Maguire's Peter being a mentor to Miles. I think that would be pretty damn awesome, to be honest. Pretty damn awesome. So, I think it would be. for Toby to be. Yeah, so I like that idea too. Darren, Mr. Laugh Now, Cry Later. Do you think Sony is seeing how popular Andrew Garfield is right now? Absolutely. And for The Amazing Spider-Man 3, it could take place after No Way Home and show how he's reflecting on how he was after Gwen died and then finding his way back to becoming everybody's friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Yeah, exactly. What I'd like to see, too, is if they were to do that, show Peter's point of view, which that sounded very fucking weird, his Spider-Man's point of view when he got pulled into Tom Holland's world. Show the different perspective. Show him in that alleyway, and then all of a sudden the portal opens up and, he goes into Ned's living room and all that. Show the perspective. I want to see that. That'd be pretty sweet. Show that different perspective in the beginning, and then show him coming back, and then show him being like, all right, I got to I learned something right now. I have some closure. I have, I just realized that there's a multiverse and there's other me versions that don't look like me and everything, that would be pretty sweet to see something like that. Oh shit. Did I just say I just said some like, oh man, I just said some like spoilery stuff. I tried not to say some stuff, but at this point it's whatever. It's too hard to not talk about the movie without saying spoilery stuff. Anyways, if you're still watching, that's on you. It's on you. Anyways, Mr. VF, do you think Keanu Reeves as Constantine or Constantine, I don't know if we're saying that right, could be the Doctor Strange that is needed for the DCU? Yeah. Everybody's always compared. It's like Doctor Strange, and then of course, you have John Constantine, but you also have, Dr. Fate, which a lot of people, when it comes to looking at the characters, in Constantine, he's obviously dealing more with the dark magic, and he's a smoking alcoholic, guy that just says, who gives a shit about his life. But yeah, I wish we need more John Constantine. Do you think the Batman will be a movie to remember, or will it be? No, it'll be a movie to remember. Come on now. Come on, Edward. I'm not going to place a bet for the DC movie slate for 2022 towards the box office. No DC film next year will make $1 billion due to the fandom being split. There, I said it. Cheers, Dave. Well, cheers, but there's always a chance. Black Adam has a good chance. The Batman has a good chance to hit that $1 billion mark. We'll see. We will see. It's going to be interesting, though, because we still got Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. And apparently people have been talking about the characters that are going to show up in that movie. So, CK Cooper Knox, jokes aside, people who actually think that the Flash movie is in trouble because Spider-Man No Way Home did the multiverse story first is damn near cracking the $1 billion need to calm down. Absolutely, I agree. Because again, guys, and I said this in a tweet, I'm hoping that, nothing, we shouldn't be against the Muschiettis. Shouldn't be against Ezra Miller, Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck, everybody who's in it. Yes, I know we wish that Ray Fisher was going to be in it, but at the same time, when this movie comes out in November of next year, guess who's not going to be there? The old regime. That's right. That's pretty much what we're kind of thinking. Hopefully we won't be disappointed in the fact that Toby and Anne, who knows what's going to be happening, but Discovery is going to be fully taken over by then. So it's like, yes, we need to have a win with the Flash. I'm not saying it's going to do Spider-Man No Way Home numbers. No, it's definitely not going to do that. Definitely not going to do that. What can you do about that? You can't do anything about that. It's, it's the first Flash solo movie, so. Clement, which DC live-action film do you think, or has potential, will dominate in 2022? The Batman, possibly Black Adam. In 2023, in terms of box office, which DC film are you excited to see? The Batman. I'm excited to see really all of it, to be honest, because I'm a big fucking nerd. Do you think Supergirl will go theatrical in the future? Yes. Do you think Shazam will move to early 2023? I just hope they put Shazam in a spot that it should be, as opposed to the last Shazam. That's all I hope for. It might get moved. Things will probably get moved. Resident Justice. That's what's better? What's better? A memorable movie that's only memorable because of how laughably bad and incompetent it is, or a good movie that's ultimately unremarkable, one that you won't really remember anything about past the first viewing. I mean, it's interesting because sometimes, everybody talks about how terrible, and no one's going to forget how bad the theatrical Justice League was. That's the thing. But I don't know. That's a difficult question. Which one's more? Everybody's going to remember like a movie that really just like hits it, that's why we always, all of us will be like, yeah, BBS was pretty much, it's a masterpiece right there. Everybody keeps on talking about it still. And, Man of Steel is and some of our favorite Superman movies. It's kind of difficult, but yeah, I would say the latter. Maybe I'd probably go with the latter. Anderson Miller, curious on your thoughts as to what universe Venom and Morbius reside in. Being a big fan of Garfield's Spider-Man, I want to believe that it's his, but the clues we've been given make it really difficult to pinpoint. Yes, because we saw that image of Spider-Man that had murderer written on it, and it was Tobey's Spider-Man. But, again, going back to, it's like, I don't know if Tobey is going to want to do, like, a bunch of other movies. Andrew seems like he would want to do a bunch of other movies, so they would probably fit in Andrew's universe a little bit better, but yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. Yo, Dave. No Way Home spoiler, but just a thought. Okay, well, I'm not going to say it. I'll read it later, Jacob, if that's a No Way Home spoiler. Well, I'll read it later and answer you directly. Your thoughts? Spider-Man, no, let's see. Spider-Man, Zack Snyder, what? What are we doing? Best CM of the year? Oh. Well, obviously, I'm biased. I'm just going to be biased, and of course, that's just my own bias right there, so. I am. Ooh, look at this. What do we got here? We got some Ben Affleck. Ooh, I'm curious to see what he says right here, huh?
Here you go. Man, your last one here. Your last one.
You have no idea.
You know what? You're the man for doing all this. You're the man.
I am the man. Thank you, yes.
You are.
Now, finally, I get to the end and somebody...
No, really, because I wouldn't do it.
Oh. Okay. I thought he was going to say I'm Batman. Damn it. All that build up for nothing. It's okay.
You're the man for doing all this. You're the man.
I am the man. Thank you, yes.
You are.
Now,
That's good though. That interviewer did a good job, by kind of like joking around with Ben right there. I know. I am the man. It would have been. I thought he was actually going to say the Batman. I'm Batman. I was gonna get a little excited in my pants if he actually did say that, but he didn't. But it's fine. It's cool. But that was cool. Anyways, all right, John Murdoch's Wayne. So according to Affleck, he and Keaton never recorded a scene together. So unless they add a scene in the reshoots, this will be a massive missed opportunity, especially after No Way Home. Then again, this is Warner Brothers, and missed opportunities is their meat and bread. Christ, I miss ZACK. Yeah, but Mr. John Murdoch's Wayne and everybody here, when it comes to Ben and Michael Keaton, my light just fell down. Ben and Michael Keaton not shooting together. Neither did Ben Affleck and Jared Leto with Zack Snyder. They were not on set together. Movie magic. It's the way it is. Okay? Now, they're going to have scenes together, and we'll see what happens with those scenes. They're going to be stitched up for sure. But we got to remember that we had the Joker, we had Batman talking together, going back and forth, and it seemed seamless. It seemed like both Leto and Affleck were on the set together, but they were not on the set together. Okay? Obviously, when it comes to, I obviously want to see two. I want to see Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton, Batmen, fighting together. And we might still be able to see that. You know why? Because they don't actually do the fighting. You think 70-year-old Keaton's going to be doing fighting? Close-ups, yes. Richard Citrone did most of the fighting. Close-ups, no. But, yeah. We got to remember this. Movie magic, guys. Movie magic. So, I would not be surprised if we're still get a scene with them together. Movie magic. Now some of us might be like, yeah, but they weren't on set together, so it kind of takes me out of it. No. I'm hoping that it's stitched together, man. I know people are just like already just going like, yeah, fucking Warner Brothers. Like, no, it's not fucking Warner Brothers this time. It's fucking schedules. That's what it is. It's schedules. Sometimes it just can't happen. So I think it'll be okay. It's not going to be a missed opportunity. I think they're going to be like, yeah, we have to have two Batmen fighting. I don't know. Something's going to happen with that. I'm just saying I think it's going to happen. And I'm going to be like how I was with Spidey, probably even more though. I'm going to be like, yeah, just tears of joy. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm going to have tears of joy when we see that. Yes, I will be disappointed if we don't get a shot like that. But from what I gather, there is going to be a shot like that or something like that. Who knows? But movie magic. That's what we got to realize. It can happen. Don't worry, guys. It can happen. Keaton could do it. Willem Dafoe. Yeah, true. I'm not saying that there's not going to be some good stuff that Keaton was able to do. Yeah, I totally get that. I think he's perfectly capable of doing some stuff, but let's face it, there's going to be some things where it's like, look at the warehouse scene. A lot of that was Richard Citrone, but he did such a good job, and the editing was really good when it comes to the going back and forth of Ben and him, and stuff like that. So, and to make the best, I don't care what anybody says, they made the best. Zack Snyder and all of them made the best Batman scene ever. I don't know how many times I'll just fire that up because it's on YouTube. You just put it on, and it's just like, that's porn. That's porn for people like me. Come on. It's porn. Straight up. But we'll see what happens. I don't want to get everybody like amped up. Like they're going to be like back to back and then nothing happens. And then, and then we're all just like walking out of the theater just disappointed. I'm trying not to like hype it up too much. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this up for this Monday. Hopefully you guys had a good time. I know I did. And, make sure you smash that like, thumbs up before you leave. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to become a member, hit that member button and join and support the channel like that, or you can support the channel with the Patreon. Do that too. I'm trying to do as much stuff as I can over there. We had the Patreon stream that happened over the weekend. I always love talking to the fellow patrons and all that stuff. And then, of course, we got the Film Junkie Closet down below if you want to get some merchandise. You want to do all that. Everything. Oh, we can turn that out. It's probably echoing like crazy. Anyways, all right, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same Junkie time, same Junkie channel. Talk to you later.